Well, hey, beauty, welcome. Come on in. You're invited to step away from your busy day for a moment with me and tap into calm using the emotional freedom technique, EFT tapping, which, as we know, is clinically proven to turn off your fight, flight, freeze, fawn, attach, all those different things that we go through. It just buffers that right down, relieving your stress, helping you think more clearly, just relaxing that nervous system and allowing your body to actually heal itself, release emotional and physical pain, and give you so much more. And we also are using an affirmation to tap in. That's affirmational tapping, which is very different from the work that I do in coaching. Sometimes it's incorporated, but this is that moment for you to feel better naturally, regardless of what's going on in your life and all around you. All you need are your fingertips, and you can tap where I tap and repeat what I say and see how you feel. And so we're going to set an intention today that we receive the message that is meant for us. It's a timeless message, so whenever this message finds you, whether you're here live or you're getting the replay, or as I often say, you may stumble on it down the road a month or more from now and see it. It was meant for you at that very time. And also, as I read the message for you, notice what goes on in your body. We're going to check in with our bodies in a second, but I want you to notice what happens as we look at the images, we read the messages, and we see there's a word, a phrase, a sentence that will resonate, and or you may feel resistance to, and just notice that, okay? So take this second to just come out of that busy mind, search through your body, and notice where you're feeling any kind of stress, discomfort, unease, constriction, little aches and pains, just anything at all that's showing up within your body. And notice how intense it is today. Most of us are walking around with a higher level of stress on a regular daily basis. I know when I check in with clients on this, when we first start working together, it's often pretty high and just haven't even noticed just how we've gotten used to it. So tune in and see what that is. We're starting at 0 and going to 10, with 10 being up on the top, over the top. Some people will say, oh no, 10 and a half, 12, right? That is near panic or just rage or any of those really exaggerated emotions that we can feel, or just the physical pain. I should never say just, because it's really important to notice it. The physical pain can really be intense as well. And then our emotions about the pain ramp that up too. So this work really does help physical pain as well, and your anxiety around it. And we know that if we do this on a regular basis, daily with me on your own, that it can transform your life like it has mine in so many ways. So I want to get into this. So let's dig deep. And we're going to the Light Seers Tarot today. And I may have shared with you, I know I've shared it, you may have heard me say it if you've been here before, that I often use the pendulum to help me choose from all the decks that I have to tell me which one will have the message that we need. Or sometimes I use my own body as a pendulum, and I can hold the cards or hold the box of cards, and literally my body will go forward if it's good. And if it's not right, it will go back or stay sort of neutral. And it's just tuning in with the inner higher self, the intuition, which is why we do this message like this, so that you can tune in as well and use the tapping to feel okay about it and feel safe. So let's take a look. What do we need to know today for the highest good of all? Tarot decks are big, and sometimes I can't handle all the cards. Oh my goodness, let's see. And tarot images can sometimes be so interesting. The Light Seers Tarot, this is the Five of Swords. And in this image, you can hear, so you can tell I'm on Zoom more than I am here. It's different. So if you notice in this depiction, they're crows, which can be very, very powerful messages. But you'll notice that this gentleman is looking like he's got some anxiety, some real worry about something. And tune into that. Is this you today? Are you, like many of us, worried about what's going on around us, what's happening personally, professionally, what's happening? So let me find the message. And of course, these are not numbered, and I have to find where that is. So hold on. It's easier if I go to the index, which is, there's lots to see. Okay, it's the sword. So they are 123. They begin on 123. So I can find it. Thank you for your patience. I'm not a card reader. I am certified to be one, but that's with oracle cards, not the tarot. And sometimes the tarots are really great as an oracle card, so that's why I like to use them. And I will use them on my own sometimes just to see, but most of the time it's as an oracle, which, I've said before too, that anything is an oracle. You can just pick up a book, flip through randomly, run your finger down a page and find the message. People do this a lot with the Bible that's in the hotels in that little nightstand. You can grab Gideon and get a message for your journey while you're there. There's a name for that. Is it necromancy or something? Okay, so I digress. We are going to the Five of Swords. I'm here on the east. That's not going to work. There we go. All right, I'll hold it up again. What happens in your body when you look at this, first of all? It looks like this crow has a big message for this person, right? This is for the collective now. So see what's in there for you specifically. Light seer is conflict, unfair advantage, experiencing loss, the need to build your skills and your confidence, hollow victories. And there's actually, they call it the shadow seer. If it had appeared reversed like this, there's a message about the shadow. So I want to say that if you had a reaction that was a bit resistant and you're pulling back from it, it's about deceitful strategies. Well, we've seen some of that going on. It's not necessarily us. Feeling guilty about your win, resentment, a desire for peace, the realization that there are no winners. So sometimes we want to look at what our resistance is. But since it arrived this way, just take a look that it still stands for conflict and unfair advantages, experiencing loss. And we've had a lot of that in one way or another. The need to build your skills and your confidence, hollow victories. So building your skills can be around using tapping to get your confidence built up. It's really huge for that. Okay, so you may have experienced an unexpected loss that has left you a little bit sore. Losses can come in the loss of a person passing, but we can also lose a job, a home, a friend, a relationship, money can be a lot of things. Sometimes life isn't just fair, and these inequities can drain our energy for much longer than they need to. Often, it's the fear of failure that does most of the draining. If you are feeling outsmarted or outjousted, Remember that one chapter doesn't define you. Wins and losses are both a part of the human experiences, and the keys to self-improvement lie dormant inside the difficulties. Boost your consciousness, upgrade your skills, and build on this experience. In shadow, we learn that winning isn't everything, especially when deceit is a part of the strategy. The obsessive desire to win can have us stopping at nothing to feel victorious. And in the long run, we risk everything we've built along the way. You may find yourself a few steps backwards after winning if you are not bringing your integrity into the game. The lessons move always. So what we want to see here is the idea of lessons, that everything we go through, we can be grateful for the lessons that we learned. A lot of times it's just, well, I'm not going to do that again. I'm wise, right? It can be something like that. But thinking about your confidence to stand up, to speak up, to show up, stand in your power. This is the primary goal of the people I work with, and how I can show you to empower yourself to do the things you want, to be your authentic self. And that's the key. We are looking at the downfall, the beginning of the crumbling, of the vertical top down. And we're looking at a horizontal now, everyone coming together, the masses of people around the world coming together for peace and harmony as we go through all that muck. So just invite yourself to come into calm at this moment. Start tapping on your under the collarbones here and breathe. I want you to feel your feet. Just sort of wiggle your toes, feel your fingers, move them. If you're able to be sitting, feel the support of the chair you're in. Or if you're standing, notice the support your feet are giving you and the floor underneath you. And if you're unable and you're not mobile and you have difficulties, tune into what that's like for you and the lessons you have learned and the gratitude you can find within you. Okay, so we're going to tap this very short little message. So let's start at the eyebrow. Sometimes I find myself, side of the eye, a few steps back, under the eye, even after I feel like I've won. Under the nose. Unless, chin, I'm bringing integrity into the game. Collarbones, my authentic self shows up. Under the arm. The lessons move me ahead. Top of the head, always. Eyebrow. The lessons, side of the eye, move me under the eye, ahead. Under the nose, always. Chin. I'm ready to be me. Collarbones. Release the fear of failure to be my authentic self for the highest good of all. And at the third eye, so it is. Amen. Just breathe into that. Check in with your body now. This message may have ramped you up, right? But where are you? Has it helped you? Relax. Are your shoulders a little bit further away from your ears? Sometimes we just get so tight. Just breathe and breathe in. So if it's gone up, then you've hit something There's something under there that you need to touch on and keep tapping. If you're more relaxed, keep tapping to ground that in for yourself. I love to stay right here under the collarbones. Both hands or just one. Hand on heart. And tap it in. So let me know how this resonated for you today and what you need. What's keeping you up at night and how can we work together on this? What can I help you with? What would you like me to pull a card for and tap on? Until tomorrow, know that you are loved. I see your beauty. I see